Okay, guys, so I can't be responding to everybody one by one. Honestly, it's crazy. So I've tried to put together this short video to explain what this offer is about, right? So as you can see, it's a done with you Saudi Arabian e-commerce setup. What that means is that for 60 days, we're going to work with you one-on-one to build and launch a physical product e-commerce business in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia without you importing, warehousing, or holding any inventory. What that means is you don't need to buy any products. You don't need to hold inventory. You don't need to travel to China. You don't need to do any of those shits. In fact, you don't even need to see the product or touch the product. Yet you're able to sell in Saudi Arabia and in dollars. I'm going to show you some proof shortly. Okay, so it's a done with you system. So it's going to be for 60 days. And what exactly are we going to be doing? So this document is a complete walkthrough of the entire model, the 60 days implementation roadmap, your responsibility, the investment, and what this program is going to do and what this program is not. Okay, so we're going to start with the opportunity, and you're going to see how the model works. You're going to see how the complete order flow, who it is for, who it is not for, who does what, and what we do with you, the investment and everything. Okay, so basically just note this fact: you focus on generating demand. Okay, you are focused on generating demand. That is the only responsibility you have to do in this business model. So like we said, you are going to be selling physical products into one of the regions that is having the strongest consumer market without you touching a single inventory. Okay, now most people never enter into physical product e-commerce business because of everything that sits between them and the customer: importing products, keeping stock, storage, logistics, delivery, collection of cash. It can be mentally draining to manage all of this, right? But this program removes all of those bottlenecks, all of those barriers, right? So imagine what if you could sell in a country like Saudi Arabia without you importing products yourself, without you buying large inventory, without you renting a warehouse, without you handling deliveries or personally calling customer or chatting with customer, without you collecting cash from customer, or storing your product in your home or building your own logistic network. You don't need to do any of that. You get the point? You don't need to do any of that. So basically, what we're going to do is that we're going to help you establish the infrastructure required to sell physical products into the Saudi Arabia market, while a local fulfillment partner handles the operational side of the business. So what we are doing is basically connecting you. The reason why you're not going to import, or you're not going to ship, or you're not going to handle inventory is because we're going to connect you to a local fulfillment partner that's going to handle all those heavy lifting for you. So basically, what you are doing, your responsibility is majorly marketing and generating customers. You create demand, you run your ads, your campaigns, you bring in orders or customers. That is the skill this program is going to build you to be able to have. Okay, so ability to generate customers. And once you've generated a customer, your fulfillment partner we're going to introduce you to is going to handle everything after the order is generated. So when it comes to the products, confirmation of orders, customer follow-up, shipping, delivery, payment collection, all of these things will be handled by the fulfillment partner we're going to be introducing you to, right? So the 3 moves to your live operation are this. The business model is deliberately simple. Complexity is what stops most people. So we have stripped the entry path down to 3 sequenced moves. The first is we will help you select the market opportunity. We'll work with you to identify a suitable niche and the product category for that Saudi Arabia market. Okay, market demand and competition will analyze all of that for you. The selling price and profit potential, the advertising potential, fulfillment possibility, all of this research, market opportunity, we're going to work with you to identify them. Now, when we've identified the market, the niche, the category you want to sell in that will make profit for you, the next step is to identify products in that niche, in that category, that are worth testing. Okay, we'll help you shortlist products, that you can realistically start testing the market with. Okay. Again, you are not importing the products. No upfront inventory to buy, and no products in your house, no storing of products or renting of inventory. You get. Once we've identified the product, then we will introduce you to the fulfillment partner. Okay, you are introduced to a fulfillment partner operating inside of Saudi Arabia who handles the physical side of the business: products, storage, confirmation and follow-up of orders, delivery, collection of cash, and all of that. You get. So this is the chain from product access to order fulfillment to order confirmation to customer follow-up to shipping to delivery to collection of cash. This is the entire process. And for this entire 7-step process, you are only involved in the 3-step: generate the order, identify the product, generate the order, collect your money. That's the thing. When it comes to order confirmation, order follow-up, shipping, delivery, collection of cash, you are not involved in that process. You get. So it's actually a very powerful model that has allowed us to be able to start selling in that market. So as you can see, from advertisement to settlement is an 8-step process. 8-step process. What do you do as a business owner? You run your ads, you generate orders. And once you've done those 2 steps, your fulfillment partner comes in, receives the orders, contact the customer, confirms the order, and arrange to ship the products. Once confirmed, the products are prepared and dispatched. And of course, the customer receives the products. And on the point of receiving the products, the fulfillment partner handles the delivery process and then collects payments upon delivery. And then you, as the business owner, basically just come in to take in your profits. You get. So you're not importing, you're not storing, you're not renting warehouse. You can run this business from anywhere in the world because you are partnering with local fulfillment partners within Saudi Arabia, which we are going to give you access to, introduce you to. Okay. So it's a clean division of labor process. Your work is customer acquisition and marketing. The fulfillment partner handles delivery of the process of the product. Okay. So now remember, this is a done with you, and I want to explain what that means. Done with you, not done for you. So for done for you, you're not doing anything. We're just doing everything for you. You're sitting passively receiving money. This is not done for you. This is a done with you. That distinction matters because we're not handing you a course. We're not handing you a course and telling you to figure it out yourself. We're also not promising to run the business independently on your behalf. No. We're going to work alongside you through the setup and the launch period. So that's why I say done with you. You'll be involved in the process because you need to learn the process. So that by the time we are handing off in 60 days' time, you will be qualified, equipped to be able to run the business on your own. You get the point? So that's basically what it's about. So everything that is involved in picking your niche, picking your products, marketing the product, generating orders, running campaigns, scaling campaigns, we are going to guide you through the process for the first 60 days. You get it? Because that is what you are basically doing: the marketing and the generation of demand and orders. And we're going to work with you to ensure you learn how to do it. We're going to do it alongside with you so you can get to know how it works. So that by the end of the 60 days, you are not just handing you a business that you don't know how to manage, you don't know how to make it work, but you're going to arm you with the right skills, the requisite expertise and knowledge and experience you need to be able to push the business as hard as possible. So again, your work is just to generate orders. The fulfillment partner handles the delivery aspect of it. So it's broken down into phases. Okay, phase 1 is foundation. Phase 2 is building and preparing of your marketing arsenals, your offer, your landing pages, and all of that. And then you come to phase 3, which is your launch and test, and of course optimization of your campaign. So your responsibility is this. Again, this is a done with you model. It is not a passive investment. It is not an investment scheme where you just come put money, dump money in, and you go sleep and the money is working for you. No. There are 3 things required of you, and none of them are optional. Number 1, You know you're going to be running campaign, you're going to be advertising, you're going to be selling the product to get orders for the product. So in order for that to work, you need capital to advertise. Like in the video I'm going to share with you shortly, I'm going to show you how much we are spending per day to advertise the product we are selling. And of course, how many orders we are getting within this period of time when we started the market. So you need capital to be able to advertise. The second thing is willingness to learn. We will guide you through the entire process, but you are expected to be able to understand how your own business works, how the numbers works, how to run the ads, how to stop an ad if it's not doing well. These things you will have to learn it, and it's part of what we're going to guide you through during the 60 days period. And of course, consistent execution is required on your part. Ruthless execution. E-commerce is a testing business. Not every product or advert will work immediately. So you need to be willing to test, to analyze, to improve continuously. You get the point, you know? So, and what you don't need in this business to build this business, again, you don't need to import containers of products. You don't need to buy large inventory of your products. You don't need to rent a warehouse. You don't need to store the product in your home. You don't need to handle physical deliveries. You don't need to collect cash yourself. You don't need to build a network of logistic network or personally call any customer. No, all of these things are handled by your fulfillment partner. So, if everything I've said makes sense, what then is the financial commitment or the financial investment involved in this whole process? As you can see, it's just 2.5 million naira for this 60 days guided implementation. Take note, it is not a course. We're actually teaching you and building a business at the same time. You get the point? We're teaching you how to run an e-commerce business that earn you in dollars from anywhere in the world while learning the required skills for the business for a period of 60 days. So what does the fee cover? We're going to launch you into the Saudi Arabia market, and that is not the only market. There are at least 5 other markets that you can also sell in, okay? And of course, we're going to guide you through your niche selection, product research, product selection guidance, and most importantly, we're going to connect you to a fulfillment partner. We're going to introduce you to the fulfillment partner that we're working with that can help you get results for your business, okay? After connecting you to your fulfillment partner, business model setup, campaign analysis, product positioning, building your offer, your marketing strategy, your marketing materials, setting up your advertisement, launching your campaign, and optimizing the campaign so that it can continue to generate you consistent sales and profit for your business are all of the things that we're going to be focusing on, because this is the aspect of the business that is your responsibility. Your work, again, is to generate demand. Once you generate the demand, the fulfillment partner we're going to connect you with, introduce you to, is going to handle product delivery and distribution and collection of cash. You get the point. So it's a business model that allows you to earn in dollars, and you can do this alongside your regular 9 to 5. You get. Now, what does this fee not cover? Like I said, it doesn't cover your advertising budget. It doesn't cover product purchase cost because you're not buying products. It doesn't cover your fulfillment and delivery charges because your fulfillment partner is going to be the one to handle delivery. He's going to charge you for some of the deliveries, as you will see in the video where I walk you through the campaign we're currently running. And of course, there's no payment processing charges because this is cash on delivery. But of course, there might be some third-party software subscription that you will need, like the software you're going to be using to host your website. You will need to pay for that. I mean, it's a very small fee on a monthly basis that doesn't really add up to anything significant. Then, of course, if you want our services after the 60 days, it is also not included in this fee. Now, at the end of the program, the business is yours to operate. And basically, what do? Run your ads, generate orders, and you monitor the campaign, monitor your sales, work with the fulfillment, see what they are doing. And once they've delivered, you receive your settlement. Now, how do you receive your settlement? How do you receive your profits? Now, there are 3 payment methods available. So if you're in Nigeria, you can use your direct wire transfer to your domiciliary account. But if you are not a Nigerian, and you're outside of the country, you can also use a second payment option, which is either you have a Wise account, open a Wise account, or you open a Payoneer account. Okay, so these are the three options for you receiving your money, and usually profit or settlement come in either weekly or once in 2 weeks. You get the point, depending on when your invoices were made available. So basically, that is what this is about. And what is this not about? Please, this is not a get rich quick scheme. It is not. This is not a get rich quick scheme. This is a business you are building. So there's no guaranteed winner. There's no guaranteed income. There's no magic product. This is a real business you are building. We use a testing based approach precisely because e-commerce requires experimentation. You can see a product and you think it's going to sell and you start promoting it and running traffic to it, and it doesn't do well for some reason. So result depends on so many factors. It depends on the product you've selected. It depends on your marketing execution. It depends on your advertising budget, the marketing condition. There are so many factors outside of anyone's control that can affect your business, that can affect the performance of your campaign. You get, so it's not like I'm putting in this amount here and I'm going to be getting out this exact amount, but I'm going to show you the mathematics aspect from the video that's going to shortly follow this. Okay, so what you can genuinely commit to is this: reduce your learning curve. With this done for you implementation program, you're going to reduce your learning curve. It's going to help you avoid unnecessary mistakes. It's going to give you access to an existing fulfillment infrastructure, which is very, very important. This is one of the most important aspects. You get the point. A fulfillment infrastructure that helps you to run this business without you importing inventory or keeping inventory at home or even worrying yourself about logistics, delivery, collection of money. All of those things are handled by your fulfillment partner. Okay. And of course, with this one-on-one done with you system, we're going to help you identify products that are already working and that you can start testing for yourself. Okay, we'll help you launch faster, we'll help you understand your numbers, and we'll help you build the skills that is required for you to continue to operate this business after the 60 days elapse. So it's a very robust system, and I want you to watch the next video where I'm going to be showing you the campaign that we've been running for the last 17 days, and so you can see the potential of this business. Go ahead and watch that video. All right, so I just want to walk you through some of the results we've gotten this month alone thus far, right? So today alone, we've gotten 6 leads, more like 6 orders, and 2 of the orders have been confirmed. The rest of them are yet to be confirmed. So as you can see, assigned. These ones showing assigned. Okay, these are orders. So leads. So these are showing duplicates. Okay, this person ordered multiple times. Maybe it was a mistake or something, and they were able to spot it. You get the point? They were able to spot it. And if you come over here, today is 17, and as you can see, they've confirmed 2 of the leads, right? And they've assigned it, which means they've called the customers and they have assigned it to a courier company that's going to handle the delivery, right? So this is for today. Let's do, we just got 2 leads coming in now. When we started it was 6, but now it's 8 now. Okay, so let's do the last 7 days. Okay, so the last 7 days we have 23 orders, 17 confirmed, 14 delivered. As you can see, the revenue from these delivered orders is $574, right? That is for the confirmed leads. Okay, now let's do the last this month alone. Okay, this month alone. For this month alone, we've gotten a total of 72 orders, 50 confirmed orders. Of the 50, 24 has been successfully delivered. And you can see the revenue, $915 have been generated for this month alone, right? So I want to go over to the report so you can see the profit potentials and all of that. So as you can see, this is the confirmation rate. 89% confirmation rate, delivery rate is 60% delivery rate. You can imagine. And then if you come over here, we look at the revenue for the month. We have a total of 570. Okay, no, this is last 7 days. So let's do last 30 days. Apply. So the last 30 days, 915 revenue, $915 in revenue, profit, income $506, and of course expenses are there. The products, the shipping, the confirmation, those things they charge for it. Okay, so those are the things that make up total expenses. But as you can see, this is $506 within a space. Today is just 17 within a 17-day test period. Okay, and I also want to show you quickly what we've spent on advertisement to have generated these orders. So just a moment. All right, so this is today alone. We have spent about 7,000 naira in our campaigns. So let me do this month, August 1st to August 24th. This is 240,000 naira that have been spent in generating the orders I just shared with us. 240 orders, 240,000 naira in advertising budget to have generated $915 in sales and a profit of about $500. So let's do the mathematics. Just a moment. So here we are with our calculator. So we have $915 in revenue, okay, and we have about 500. Okay, so let me just calculate this in naira times, let's just say 1,004. That's 1.2 in revenue, okay. And then of this $915, we have about $500 as income. So 500 times 140, that's 500 times 14, that's 700,000 naira in gross profit. Okay, now of this 700,000, remember we've spent 240,000 in advertisement, so we're in a profit of 460,000 for the first 17 days of the month. Take note, today's August 17. 400, almost 500,000 in revenue. And then remember, we have generated, so let me go back. So we have generated a total of this month 72 orders. Of the 72 orders, 50 has been confirmed and just 24 has been delivered. This revenue of $915 is the delivery of 24 orders. We still have almost 20 orders that are in transit. So if of the 20, maybe 10 more is delivered, okay? Let's do give and take. Maybe there might be returns, there might be some people they're not able to meet, whatever. Let's just say, okay, of this 72, of this 50 that have been confirmed, an additional 10 was successfully delivered. That should push our revenue to over 1,000, or maybe even up to 1,200 or 1,300. But let us even say, okay, the 240,000 we've been able to spend was successfully able to get us $1,000 in sales. And of that $1,000 in sales, we are currently at $500. So let's add another $100 again. Let's just say, okay, everything we spent, 240,000 got us $600 or whatever. We are still going to be in massive profit. So if you are spending 240,000 or 250,000 and you're already at a profit of almost 500,000, imagine if we now start scaling when we are spending. Because right now we're spending on average about 20,000. Imagine when we not start spending maybe like 100,000, 200,000 per day on ad. You know, the numbers will be really crazy. You know, this is a testing phase and that's why we're going slowly. Okay, so this is just to let you know that this is an opportunity that is working and it's a fresh opportunity that allows you to earn in dollars. Okay, and we will not be able to admit as many people as possible into this program. Okay, because it's a done with you program that requires a lot of time and focus. So we're only taking in a select few for this month of August, okay, that we're going to work with for the next 60 days. So if everything I've said makes sense to you, go ahead and get registered. It's just 2.5 million naira. But of course, we can give a discount if you are serious and ready to get started almost immediately, right? But just know it's expensive. And but of course, if you have any questions or any challenge or whatever, reach out to me and I'll answer your questions. See you inside.